What I'm looking for, dude, this is not like super tight, but it's like, okay, you're moving up supersonic, right? Well, watch your POV. You're moving up supersonic. Oh, that touch was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. And if you air dribble this, there's a goal line defender, a backboarder. Right? So, just like you'd have that play. Like, I'll show the play one more time, too. I think it's a general, like, all-purpose... kind of builds into what we talk about in threes, too. But a general all-purpose... space out, fake, let them air dribble, let them reset, and then play your solo play. And do that on offense, too, where it's like, instead of going for this fake and then play the ball, like you're just repositioning. So, like, it's the same kind of mental approach to that goal line counterattack defense, but you're doing it here too. Like, on that air dribble flip reset play, you're waiting for them to make a mistake to control off their mistake. On this play, you're waiting for them to get a bad touch, panic clear, and then you're really taking advantage of this moment. We got Kairu, Grand Champ 3. Typically submits 3v3. We will take a look. Nice try. Good. Good. Really? Dang, man. People are diving. Wow. Okay. Okay, we're struggling to get space. We're struggling to get space. Initially, I was like, okay, are we just gonna try to control everything against people diving? But then I saw this super cheeky boost control play right here, and I'm like, okay, really smart. Now we're gonna get our space. That player's gonna peel off. They still dove. And then I'm watching this, and I'm seeing this player do a backward ceiling challenge. I'm like, okay, now we're gonna get our space. But, like, we really don't have space. But, yeah, we're struggling. Like, these players are playing very aggressive, and my initial thoughts are, like, how can we actually do something? Players are playing super aggressive. All good. Playing pretty close in the midfield on 2 plays. Another just quick observation. Right here, playing pretty close. You're not left with too many options right here. Outside of fake or shoot. And same thing right here. We should be scoring this, but right here. Not too many options outside of fake or shoot. We do a good job of controlling boost. So we're getting a little bit of space, but we're still going quick. Like, I almost want to see, like, some like slow, not slow play, but like, I don't know what I want to see. Like, I wish we took our time on this play. Like, you finally get your space. Let it bounce another time. Make that player in the net hesitate instead of shooting quick. But you might have been demoed from behind. Because it's weird. Like, if we slow down, we're egoed. If we go quick... That player just faked. These guys are pretty good, not gonna lie. I wouldn't say we're having a pacing problem. We're not getting outpaced. It's more of getting something done in this lobby. Like, is it counterattacks? I feel like counterattacks would solve this. Just kind of let these players fizzle out like a candle. They're diving everything. And then we are curling pretty tight in the midfield. So there's like a macro problem of doing something. A macro problem of these players are crazy aggressive and doing something against them. And then a more specific problem of playing super tight in the midfield. That time we get punished. And then a miscellaneous comment of shot quality. But disregard the miscellaneous comment. I'm gonna not tell the future. This might not work with a goal coming up. But I'm just gonna like talk through, like, based on how this game's going, how we can like add impact. Start it like back here, but alright. We'll go get boost. We need some boost. We'll fake this. We'll let them air dribble. We'll play goal line defense. We'll let them waste all their boost. On fort, we got bumped. We'll continue to play patient. We will fake this, probably fake again. This player's probably going to sideball double, follow up his touch, play goal line again, rinse and repeat. And we just got outpaced. We got stuck. I'm getting like a counterattack vibe where, like, I feel like, dude, I feel like playing like this is the move. And then we don't get our opportunity to control right here, but if we didn't get bumped, that could have been a one-on-one against their last man. I do think we're pushing too much into a teammate's solo play. It's not always ball control, but like I think we're spacing too close to a teammate. Like just a little bit. Good. And I think we're too tight in the midfield. So what I'm looking for, dude, this is not like super tight, but it's like, okay, you're moving up supersonic, right? Well, watch your POV. You're moving up supersonic. Oh, that touch was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. And if you air dribble this, there's a goal line defender, a backboarder. Right? So, just like you'd have that play. Like, I'll show the play one more time, too. I think it's a general, like, all-purpose... kind of builds into what we talk about in threes, too. But a general all-purpose... space out, fake, let them air dribble, let them reset, and then play your solo play. And do that on offense, too, where it's like, instead of going for this fake, and then play the ball. Like, you're just repositioning. So, like, it's the same kind of mental approach to that goal line counterattack defense, but you're doing it here too. Like, on that air dribble flip reset play, you're waiting for them to make a mistake to control off their mistake. On this play, you're waiting for them to get a bad touch, panic clear, and then you're really taking advantage of this moment. I don't know what to call it, but like, we're not getting a ton of opportunities. I think you're pacing fine. You're stealing boost. These players are just all over the ball. You need to really take advantage of those rare opportunities you get. Obviously, we shouldn't be going for that. And I think like part one of this is having a playoff mistake counterattack mindset, faking a little bit more, and really trying to take advantage of space all over the place is part one. Part two is I think you play a little bit too close and fast as a second man. Where, like, right now you're going for a bump play. I get that. That's an option. But, like, if the bump doesn't work out, if the shot or solo play doesn't work out, and that's a rebound, you're too close to shoot. For the most part, like, unless the ball rolls perfectly. I think we just have another, like, generalized, if your teammate is solo playing here, you're right here. If your teammate is shooting here, you're right here. It's like a third. If you could break the field into thirds, like a third of the field amount of spacing. I think it's specifically happening on offense as a second man, but you're too close and fast. And I'll show you those previous plays. This has happened a lot. Like the first part one of this is more of like a, I mean, we just got to take advantage of moments. We're not getting a lot of moments. But like this, I'm going to show you all these POVs. This. This. Like, you're here, you're being annoying. This is what they're doing. I mean, just go get the play here, get the boost like you did. Or, I mean, this one's not terrible because you're, like, following up your shot. But, like, it's generally we're way too close. And we're not, like, doing anything with the closeness. Like, there could be a world where you go to take this 50 and you're dunked and scored on. This spacing, right? It's like, I think it's happening a lot on offense, but it's like big picture, just, it's not like respect your teammates' solo play. I think you're respecting your teammates' solo play. We're too close to them and too fast. This, right? Like, I would say this is like the more repeatable thing, and it just turns into, it's risky. Like, I would say that's the best way to describe it. It's risky. If he gets dunked, you're dunked. The only option you're playing for is this. So a position like this, you're only left with a pickup that's super narrow of an opportunity, a win that rebounds that you could follow, or a fake. Like, you just don't have a lot of options. And I think I'm targeting it because, like, our problem with this replay is we're not getting a lot of good plays on the ball, mostly because the opponents are freaking hyper aggressive. So it's like when they do make a mistake, we really need to take advantage of that. Let the ball bounce or roll, fake, set up a nice control play. But then the other part of this is like you're self-inducing the opportunities by playing so close. So this is good. We'll use this as a good example. Right? Good example. A third of the field of spacing, respecting teammates' solo play. They make a mistake, and you're taking advantage of it. And you see how hard you had to fight for that? Like, you had to pre-flip to dodge the demo. I don't watch a lot of EU gameplay, but I personally think these opponents are crazy. Like, this might be the extreme of GC3 low SSL ball chaser. I watch a lot of pro gameplay, and even like pro play twos are not this like crazy. I'm just like, you just gotta like take advantage of these opportunities. I mean, I believe it. These guys are pretty crazy, and I'm not just some boomer saying that. Right? This spacing. I seriously, I think you're respecting a teammate's solo play. You're just too close for a lot of the plays. If you resonate with spacing and respect solo play, do it. You're still respecting your teammate. And that's why, like, I didn't want to go off a counterattack. Like, a hard focus on counterattack. Because, like, low-key, like, I'm watching this play. And it's like, you need to be up. Like, you could play backboard for sure. I think you do a great job of waiting right here and letting them fizzle out like a candle. But, like, you need to be up because that player's scoring that. Like, your teammate had to be up. Like, so it's not like you could just straight up fake everything and they're going to throw the ball away. So there needs to be a little bit of forcing. And it's these, like, rare opportunities where it's like, that was the rare opportunity, right? Like, they had a pretty strong 1-2 punch. That dude threw the ball away, and now your teammate gets this opportunity, and, like, your teammate's not here. Your teammate's not getting coached. But, like, as a team, like, this is... You're not getting opportunities. They just handed you one. This needs to be something threatening. And unfortunately, Crisp had low boost right there. Right? They just doubled. This needs to be something threatening. See how we got too close? So, like, you're respecting your teammate, but we're too close to them. This time we're slow and too close. But even if your teammate wasn't there and you played that ball, we should be faking it. Let them fizzle out. It's almost like we need to let them fizzle out up the field. But you have to kind of force on defense once they get into your defensive half. And guys, I'm just going to use this as a general example. We just came out of a review where I talked about speed. There were some other reviews today where I talked about speed. There's players who just started submitting replays here where, like, the first step is speed. Speed, mechanics rule the game. That's just how Rocket League is. Speed and mechanics are a de-risking factor for stupidity. It just is. It's how Rocket League works. It breaks a lot of people's hearts. But watch this player. So P takes a bad play on the ball, overcommits. Teammate takes a bad second man challenge, a risky, dumb second man challenge, and P already cut and is solo playing. And this is air dribble, this is reset, this is something threatening. And that's how Rocket League is. Obviously, like, you need to be fast and smart. That's what makes a pro player really good. But you can throw the ball away and play super risky, but if you could recover, steal boost, and cut and solo play, like, all of this could have been de-risked with smart gameplay elements by playing fakes or playing patient. But it could also be de-risked by being super, super fast and mechanical. The Rocket, I'm just trying to say, Rocket League's a crazy game. And I think there's a balance, Kairu, where I'll try to consolidate at the end. Because, like, we can't play super patient, man. These players will clip. Like, this is a level where you play patient, they clip. But there's, like, a cadence to the patience where, like, you watch this, we're patient. We watch this, we're patient. We watch this, we're patient. We're letting them fizzle out. We watch this, we're patient. Okay, now we go. And now this needs to be something good. And that's like super tough because like what kind of advice is that? But it's the picking and choosing of your challenges, not immediately going, not playing super passive. When you finally get that boost controller, get that space, it's like really trying to bait, take advantage. Because now this player just stole your boost again and cut you again. So, and now, like, finally, all this pressure, Chris backflips, and now this is where they score. Right? I don't think the answer is play slow. I don't think the answer is play fast. I think very, very specifically, you can solve the playing too close as a second man. Right? That's an easy one to solve. And the rest is kind of like confusing POV examples of notice how fast and crazy they're being. Notice how you're patient. Now we have to take advantage. Or here's where you needed to be more patient. So, confusing. I know. Not like very specific advice. The spacing can be specific. You could actually practice that, but it's like little things you're down. I mean, there's no time in the clock. This little intentional fake into solo play was good, but like, let's say there was time in the clock. This is like it's not even advice. I'm just trying to explain myself. You beat the player. You punish someone for being risky. Right? You beat the player. And now, like, this is what you have to take advantage. Like, it's that instant recognition that, okay, they finally threw the ball away, or they really overcommit, and it's being able to instantly capitalize on this, whether it is a fake sidewall double into solo play, or it's a bump on the guy in that. That actually probably would have been better than this fake, to be honest. But I'm trying to show you the big picture of like there's this invisible threshold to like, okay, they really overcommitted, or they kind of overcommitted and they can recover. Like, you have to be able to take advantage of this, whether it's like making the right decision, slowing down for control, faking, creating hesitation, etc. So, a bunch of rants, bunch of not pointless rants, but bunch of rants on the extra stuff. I would keep that like third of the field spacing in mind, and the only other parallel, and then I gotta keep this going. And I honestly, man, I wouldn't. If you want to submit more twos in the future, I'd be about it. I'm a threes guy. Completely up to you. I thought this was nice. You look like the same player in twos as threes. I think we can improve in twos. But what's really interesting about this spacing, man, that I noticed at the end, and this is just extra fluff details. Observation. When we're too close, right? What are we in? Well, we're a second man, but we're behind the ball. We're not moving in this play. Sometimes we're too fast. Sometimes we're too close. This one, no movement. But we're behind the ball. And every other play looked like that. I'm not going to go back in time. But look at this ending play. Thought this was very interesting. Okay. Look at this ending play. So in the previous play, too close, behind. Look at this play. We're a second man, but we're cutting into a second man role. Too close, but we're cutting. So that's just like extra fluff. Like, to straight up overthink the heck out of this. It's if your teammate is solo playing up the field and you are a second man behind the ball, space out a little bit more. But if you went up the field and you were a first man and now you're cutting into a second man role, you could play fast and close through that cut it's a little bit less risky because you have that option to quickly peel. Versus when you're like this, you have to like do a big turnaround, etc. You just have more speed and like just better movement when you're cutting. That's like extra fluff, overthinking. And that last play of the game is a hard play. It is hard to see those cuts as well. That last play of the game is a hard play. Like, you had a couple decisions. There was not a lot of time on the clock, and you picked one that was good if your teammate did something. But that's a hard play for teammate. The bump probably would have been the best option on that last play. Kyrie, good luck in your games. I think you're killing it, dude. The coaching is a process. Rocket League is a process. My main goal for players here is to have one fun thing to do each week, whether it's new or old, or one thing to focus on.